Hi everyone, it's Carla, and welcome to part 3 in our series of Meditation 101, Exploring the Possibilities. This is going to be the category of audio meditation. So that includes both spoken and hearing, as well as vibration. So, just as a recap from last week, I wanted to see if anybody had any comments or feedback. Did you do the homework that I gave you, like a short yoga class for yourself, maybe a guided meditation? I was suggesting chair yoga, but an active meditation, so meditation in motion. Qigong is another really excellent meditation in motion that I may not have mentioned, as well as Tai Chi. And there's others. So I hope that you did try that more than once. It's good to experiment with these different modalities a few different times. So the idea of this series is that you can see many, many options that can help you drop into meditation. And there's a lot of healing and clarity that can happen in the course of meditating. And it usually doesn't happen the first time, it is a practice. So I recommend that you try these different modalities out. So this audio, which is vocal as well as audible, involves a variety of different options. There's chanting, singing, prayer, om or humming, a mantra, sound bath, drumming, and there's more options than that. There's music, of course. Some of these are musical, but the idea is it's going to be a little repetitive. So we're not trying to focus on the mantra or the sound bath itself necessarily, but more the vibes and the feeling that we're getting, and also refocusing. So our minds naturally are erratic, in the sense of we're always thinking. Our minds were created to, chew on these problems, to figure things out, which is why sometimes we get obsessed with things if we can't figure it out, or, we worry, and it's natural. It's kind of how our mind is created. It's supposed to do certain things, but we would like it to work for us so that we can heal, so that we can be healthy, so that we have some space, and that we can de-stress. So amongst these various options, I wanted to point out a couple. So mantras. This is something that is actually popular today. People can have a mantra, do no harm. Could be your mantra. It could be something that you live by, kind of like a little saying or a quote or something that is important to you. But in Sanskrit, it's sacred counsel is the meaning of mantra. So it's a holy word or phrase. It's something that has special meaning to you, maybe not even on a physical or emotional level. It might be a spiritual level. In transcendental meditation and other forms of meditation that are organized, there will be a guru or a leader that will give you your mantra. And that is something that you can, experience yourself, or maybe you already have. And you don't have to keep this mantra for your whole life, or, you can decide that you need something else at different times, and it's not something that maybe works for you. But if you have a word, maybe something you want more of in your life that you would like to give yourself, could be peace or kindness or love, or if there's a quote that really resonates with you, it could be a sacred scripture writing that resonates with you. All of these things are valid and can really help us not only refocus, but it kind of comes from the top down, from our head down throughout our body. what we say to ourselves, as science has shown, really makes a difference to our mind, our body, and our spirit. Telling ourselves good and positive things, just like when we tell others. Our brain doesn't really know the difference between things that are real and things that are not real that we're saying. And that's why they say it's important to tell yourself positive, uplifting things, and not have a negative strain with your inner voice. And this is something that meditation can really assist with, and sometimes that mantra can really help in that way. So that's one thing that I definitely suggest trying out. The sound bath, there's a lot of them available either online or in person. I really enjoy those because of the vibration. And so that kind of brings me to the vibrational and humming aspect of this little portion of Meditation 101 that we're talking about today. So the vibration in the Om that you may have heard and may have even done yourself, especially in the beginning and end of a yoga class, this is something that is a little primordial. Some folks say that Om, that was like the first sound when the world was born. It doesn't have a particular meaning that I'm aware of. It is kind of like a beginning and an end, but it's also a connection. You're connecting with Om to yourself, to others that are with you, and to the wider world, which is why I think it's interesting that maybe it is the first primordial sound. This humming and vibration really touches us as humans on a deeper level and can really provide some healing of trauma and grief over time. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about Om. It's always something that intimidated me when I first started yoga. First of all, I didn't know what it meant. I'm not a good singer. I never really liked my voice. And so I wasn't really sure if I should do that or not. But now, many, many years later, I find that I actually really enjoy oming, if you want to call it that, because I do like that humming and vibration. And you can I shouldn't say you can do that. You can hum rather than om. And it's very soothing for some of us, for most humans, but not for everybody. None of this is for everybody. That's why we're having these different options for you. So I did want to teach you how to om a little bit. There's not necessarily a certain skill set with oming, but it is a 3-part word, which I didn't know, and this for me is helpful. It's A-O-M. So 3 parts to it. Aum, or you can stretch it out. Aum. And you hear people do that. And you don't have to, there's no certain length, but it's kind of nice if you're putting your hands on your chest here by the heart, because you can really feel that vibration. And it's self-soothing. So that's something that I wanted to recommend that you all try, just to yourselves. And the other thing that I wanted to mention in this whole audio vocal part of my classes is think about setting an intention. If you all practice yoga, you know that a lot of teachers will say you can set an intention for this class, which is just something you would like to focus on. And it could also turn into a mantra. Like if you want to focus on kindness, maybe kindness and compassion for yourself during that class. You can make that as your mantra too, something that your mind will come back to when it starts to wander, because it will. That's just how it is. It's the nature of the beast. So my kind of homework is to consider for the next few days when you wake up in the morning to make an intention for that day. And it could be anything. It could be something very simple, something that you would like to do. And then throughout your day, see if you can come back to that intention and remember it when things start going, however they go, when you start getting distracted with other things that are also important. And I don't want to say that you need to focus on these things when other stuff is going on that's important. But these are good little breaks that you can take, and you can come back to that intention. Maybe come back to your breath, which just means drawing your attention inward a little bit, noticing how your breath is. Are you like panting? Are you breathing this way instead of through the belly, which can be more relaxing? Do you have really quick inhales? Maybe you can just slow that down a little bit. A lot of times just noticing those things help us to kind of reset and get back to whatever it is that we're doing with more focus and a little bit more joy and pleasure too. So that is my class for today. And next time we will work on visual/colors. There will be both of those in our next class. And until then, I so appreciate all of you. If you are enjoying these classes, feel free to give me feedback, a like, or subscribe. Anyway, take care.